Welcome back to another video. Yesterday, if you saw my reaction, which if you haven't yet, definitely check it out. It'll probably be a video card somewhere around here, so definitely check that out. I done a little bit of a breakdown talking about Switch 2 and stuff like that, so definitely do check that out. Now today I want to talk about actually something that's only dawned to me when I was actually just talking to someone, and that is Switch 2's, well, third party and first party support. Now this year is actually a really good time to actually release the Switch when it comes to at least third party, that is. Now first party, let's just get that out of the way. It'll be stuff like, maybe we get Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 9 as probably one of the, launch titles of the Switch 2. Now there's two other games that I can think of that obviously we kind of already got somewhat of a trailer or at least a peek at, which is Pokemon Legends CA, which to be honest, that's barely a peek. And then we have Metroid Prime 4, which we actually got a full-blown trailer for. Now those two games will obviously be releasing this year, and so that, begs the question, will they be a Switch 2 launch title? Now yes, but will they be a Switch 2 cross-gen type of game? Because obviously that's probably one of the things I think a lot of people are considering. Will they be obviously cross-gen or not? Now, they probably will, to be honest, at least like I said last time, first party games. I can't say for third party games, but first party games, we will be seeing some sort of, support that will obviously patch up these games, make them look really nice and runs really silky smooth for the new console. Now, one thing that's been bugging me now is a little bit about the more other games that Nintendo will probably have. Now, we normally, we don't actually normally, but I would say that we kind of do get at least a Zelda game at launch sometimes. So, will there be a new Zelda game? Probably not, at least in a sense of a brand new complete experience. What they might do is probably ship it with Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD pack that we've kind of been wanting for a good while, maybe a good couple years now. So that might be what they'll fill in the shoes for when it comes to Zelda. Now other IPs like Donkey Kong, well, we'll probably just get, like I said, Donkey Kong Country Returns, so that's nothing really to go crazy about. So we'll probably see stuff like that. Now, we don't know what third party support will be. And that's kind of the interesting thing. Well, we do and we don't. Now, I'm just going to say it straight out. There's been obviously some games that are obviously coming out this year, such as the biggest one, which is GTA 6. Now, will that actually run on the system? That is an interesting question. I feel like, obviously, depending on the technology Nintendo's using for the dock, we might get it, but obviously it's not going to be as rich as probably playing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or PC. So we are going to probably take a little bit of a graphical downgrade in that sense. But then again, you got to think about it, it will be portable. So there is that too. So as a plus side, don't know how many people would do that. Who knows? No, we don't know actually. So we will probably see something like that. And I know people make jokes about obviously that will explode Switch 2. Well, to be honest, it was more Switch 1, but there's some people that did joke around with Switch 2. And I will admit, I feel like, again, it will definitely take some, hits when it comes to performing that, but I feel like it will definitely, what is that word? Definitely manage in that regard that it will be playable to a degree. Probably at like, 60 frames, stuff like that. Nothing crazy like 120. I don't know. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We don't know much about the Nintendo Switch 2 just yet. So we have to really wait until Nintendo Direct. I'm mainly just doing this for speculative, ideas and things that just kind of caught my eye. So yeah. There's also the other game that was confirmed for, well, was actually confirmed. It was a rumor for both Xbox and Nintendo Switch 2. That is Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to, well, both platforms this year. At least Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is strange that it hasn't come to an Xbox, but whatever. At least it will be coming literally around the time of when Switch 2 will probably be. Which does actually make sense. Even if it's, you know, haven't been confirmed yet, I do kind of see that happening. As they want to try to get this big as a push, because Square Enix right now has been trying to do this whole multi-platform thing. So it does really make sense that they will be trying to do this. So that'll be very cool. Rebirth, however, that will be interesting since Final Fantasy VII Remake, I feel like will definitely run on the Switch too. Rebirth, however, is an interesting one as that's actually an open world game with using Unreal 5. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Unreal Engine 5 graphics. So that will be very interesting to see how that will run, how that will suffice. So that's kind of interesting. A few other ports that's not just, you know, probably the newest games on the block, probably games that came out like last year. Like, for example, Sparking Zero. I can imagine that definitely being on Switch and running because I feel like Bandai, again, has a great relationship with Nintendo. They've been having that for both Smash and a few other games that they port over to Nintendo Switch. So, yeah, we're definitely going to probably see stuff like Sparking Zero, maybe Tekken 8, and maybe a few other games that they have stored. I will be very, you know, that would actually kind of be interesting to see Sparking Zero on that. I don't know why. But I would like to see that definitely be a thing. Tekken 8, that would also be interesting, as it would, you know, I don't know, again, we don't know the specs of the Switch 2, so it's just kind of a thing of kind of trying to guess how these games will run. That's why I'm not throwing too many third-party games, but I am trying to throw some. Now, another one that could obviously be a thing is probably, well, Metaphor Refantizio. I don't know if I said that right or wrong. You guys are going to have to correct me. That and Persona 3 Reload will probably make its way to the Switch at launch. These are games kind of thinking of that might be at launch. Obviously, definitely not GTA 6, because that game's probably going to come out at the end of the year. We don't know when the Switch 2 is actually going to launch, so again, just kind of throwing ideas of when, at least in the starting year of the Switch, these games will come out, so that's something to keep in mind. It's safe to say we're also going to see games from Capcom, as Capcom always shows, you know, decent amount of love to Nintendo when it comes to porting of games, so there's definitely that to look forward to, and I would love to see how they run, especially having those games on the go. I know the Steam Deck obviously can play some of these games, but it would be nice to just go, you know, have it there and then dock it to your TV or screen or monitor, whatever you have, and then just playing those games, not doing anything else extra to set it up. That's kind of the thing I feel like a lot of people are going to look forward to, and just that nice idea of having it obviously portable, a lot more portable than something like the Steam Deck. So that is actually very interesting. Safe to say that first party and third party will be very great for Nintendo Switch 2 at the start of the year, because if you didn't know why Nintendo has been so kind of like long with getting this out there, is because one, they always like to provide at least a good amount of first party in the first year of the console. They at least try to do that. Because they don't have the graphical power like the other two, they always try to provide at least something which is actually gaming experience. With new mechanics and gimmicks of the console, really showcasing what it's really all about, and all that things, like basically the normal console stuff you'll see from PlayStation or Xbox. So it is something to look forward to. So again, that is very interesting. I'll probably imagine them probably, well, I know Xbox doesn't have it, but I think what, Craftian will probably slap, I don't know, Hi-Fi Rush to the Switch. That would be cool. I would love to see that. I think that's a game that's so definitely catered towards the Switch than any other console. So I would like to see stuff like that. We'll probably see like great support for any other really devs and stuff like that. Obviously some devs will take their time maybe, but I feel like some of them, like Sega, will definitely learn from missing out on the initial hype of it and make up for it for the Switch 2. Now without further ado, I will definitely leave this here, as there's not other things, well, any other things I could really say that will obviously make this video any longer. So yeah, first party and third party support will definitely be great this year for the Switch 2. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. So without further ado, Yeah, that's what I would say if I was actually finished recording. I'm going back after this now, probably like what, literally the next day, and now actually going onto it, I've seen a lot of developers, or I should say companies, really gaining interest for the Switch 2, and I think, well, it's exactly what I think Player Essence, I remember watching his video yesterday and saying that obviously this is just to give that green light for, third-party companies to say, hey, this is the Switch 2, you could, now show off your stuff for that console, which does make sense. I even seen, I don't know how true it is, but some interest from the devs from obviously Zenless Zone Zero. If you don't know what that is, then it's a very popular gacha game, very similar to that of, Genshin. It's by the same developers, Hoyoverse. So they've definitely showed some interest. Ubisoft even showed some interest, which I can actually confirm was real. So again, we are seeing more developers or more companies showing a lot more interest. I just felt like adding that to this video before this video actually ends. So yeah, safe to say that you don't have to worry about third-party games of any kind for the Switch 2. Well, not of any kind, but majority of games will be fine. So yeah, if you had any concerns, then hopefully you feel a little bit more confident with Nintendo Switch 2. I'm personally pretty much confident that they will have a lot of support going in, even stronger than what the Switch originally had, because I think companies knew what they was missing out on previously. So again, as always, definitely hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, that way you can stay notified for any more new Nintendo videos or just videos in general. Like the video, and as always, stay awesome. I'm definitely probably going to be off for a bit and taking a little break, so yeah, peace out.